Alright, so let's get started with our cool magical volumes lesson. So go to File, New Project. Let's set up our project. We'll call it Cool Magical Volumes. So let's create, as usual, our HIP file. Click Job to make sure that we're in the project we just made. Magic Volumes. .version 0 or something. Now, we should have downloaded a file, an example file from the lesson page. It has our statue in it. This is just a model of a cool, like, ancient statue that we're going to use as the center of our magical effect. So just find it, copy it, bring it over to our new project we just made. Go to, well, let's make a directory called assets or something, and paste it into there. So there you go. Can minimize that. We can bring it in now by pressing tab, make a geometry node. Inside the geometry node, we'll put a file sop down, and this is what we're going to use to write in BGO files. In this case, click on to bring the dialog up. Again, click Job. There's the assets directory we made, and there's the statue. So as you can see, we're pretty zoomed in on it. So pull out a good deal. We want to get kind of low to the ground because we want this magical effect to kind of be imposing. I mean, you kind of get that effect if we're kind of low to the ground. So something like that. Control click our camera, and we can tweak things if we want. It doesn't really matter. Click on the lock, we can swing around a little bit more maybe. Oop, too much. Anyway, I'm gonna round these out to nice big numbers that you can follow at home. Double that. So something like that. So we're still pretty low to the ground, and it's largely centered. So with that set up, you know, this statue is pretty light, and a lot of the effects we're gonna have are gonna be very bright magic. We're going to see it easier over a dark background. So press D. With the mouse over the viewport, press D. Go to background, change color scheme to dark, like so. I mean, that's just my suggestion to you. And the last thing we'll do in this setup chapter is go to Edit, Aliases, and Variables. Click over to the Variables tab, and let's make a data global variable. We've done this in a lot of the volumes lessons, if not all of them, where we're going to point to some location to store our cache files. So for me, I use this separate data drive on my computer that's cheap and large and slower than my main drive, but that's fine. So whatever path you want to use for that, just copy it, put it here. If you're on Windows, make sure you've changed these to /. Magic cache. And again, if you don't know, we're going to use this variable in file names later on when saving cache files. Although interesting thing, I'll say even right now, we're not going to do that much simulation in this lesson. Even the stuff that you saw in the preview, a lot of it's not actually simulated. It's going to be created procedurally. However, there is a little bit of simulation towards the end, so we are going to need this. So close that, and there you go.